What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily for Friday, September 9th, 2022. And we got to start this off talking a little Bills-Rams. The overreactions were flying out there like crazy this morning, Papa Dude. You called it last night that this Bills defense was going to step up and shut the Rams down. And man, Von Miller and that pass rush looked dominant. That makes the Bills look awfully scary this year, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. They look very, very good, but you can't overreact in the NFL after 1 week. Remember last year when Green Bay got beat like 37-3 in the opening game at New Orleans, and everybody goes, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers doesn't care. You know, the rest of the team hates him and all this." And they went on and won 13 games, I think. So you can't overreact, but there are some signs of the Rams. You know, they did not look good all night. The game shouldn't even have been that close, really. Buffalo dominated the game, but it's a long, long, long season. And but the Bills were very impressive last night. A really good show. And I'll tell you what, Josh Allen, he amazes me every time I see him. He is something else. He is so big and so strong and runs the ball so well.
They kept coming along, even though they lost Brian Dable to the Giants. Gabe Davis looked great as a second receiver in that offense, just like he did in the AFC title game. Aaron, talking about overreacting, not sure if you looked at the Super Bowl odds this morning. Buffalo was a 7.5-1 favorite last night. They're now plus 475 to win the Super Bowl. Do you think that's much of an overreaction?
Just a bit. Guys, it's a long, long, long season. Even longer than it used to be because they play an extra game now. Look, they should be the favorites to win the Super Bowl. I thought they played well last night. The defense was very impressive. My kind of takeaway of the game last night is, I'm not quite sure the Rams are very good. Now Cooper Kupp looked great. After that, not much else you could really hang your hat on from them. They did not look great in that game. I think we all, other than Papa Dude, who hit it right on the head under that 26.5, he never had to sweat it. But I think we all kind of thought if the Bills scored 31, it was going to be a tight game. The Rams may win. If not, it would be like 31-28. And like I said, they just got dominated. And Papa Dude's right. The Bills probably could have won that game by a couple touchdowns more if they weren't really careless in the first half. So to me, it was more the Rams they're not great.
Yeah, you had 4 turnovers from the Rams. The Rams produced 4 turnovers, 3 of those in the first half. That's why it went in at 10-10. We had the Slim and Samo and at the halftime show, and we talked about this. We were planning on playing the over going into that second half. The line comes out, pick 'em or -1 Bills second half. We're like, nope, that's what we're playing. Like this, it felt like that should have been, if the Rams wanted to win this game, they need to be up 17-10 at half, maybe even 20-10 at half with those mistakes you saw from Buffalo. And when you didn't get those mistakes from Buffalo in the second half, you just saw the Bills extend that lead very, very easily against the Rams defense that looked like they were still figuring some things out. Magic, what did you think of the game last night? As a Rams fan wearing a Broncos jersey who loves the Detroit Lions, are you worried about the Rams this year?
I wish I had my terrible towel here. I got an LA Fitness one that looks like the terrible towel. Can I pretend that's what it is there? Listen, Aaron said it so perfectly. It's a long season, and this is the second year in which it's even longer than it's been before, right? We got 17 games. So, the things that I kind of was worried about, namely Matt Stafford's elbow, that wasn't the reason they lost. He didn't have time to really ever get set. I was watching some replays about Allen Robinson, who I know let you down, Somich, yesterday, but it wasn't Robinson's fault. It's just like by the time he was breaking his routes, the quarterback's already being hit or sacked or thrown away. So Buffalo was really great. To me, it looked like you had one team that really bought its hype this year, which was Buffalo, and was buying into it and excited, and the other team that was still sniffing their own glue from their championship parade. So give it time; things will even out over the season.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp ran 48 routes, got 15 targets. Allen Robinson runs 45 routes and gets 2 targets. One of those 2 was in the last play of the game. So that kind of tells you where the comfortability was from Stafford there from the receiver position. Robinson's depth of target was significantly higher. Obviously, he was running deeper routes, as you mentioned, Magic. The offensive line with multiple new starters really missed Andre Wadsworth up front. That looked like it was a key loss for the Rams in the offseason. It's interesting. The Chiefs moved from 8-1 to 10-1 to win the Super Bowl overnight because of this Bills move as well. So week 1, everyone's going to overreact. Expect it. Look for places to play kind of the contrarian view into week 2 because some of these lines are going to move 5, 6, 7 points. They just don't deserve to. We're not that far off from preseason expectations this early in the season. You can see these teams have a great effort and then a stinker the very next one. All right, let's jump over to Del Mar real quick. We're going with 4 football bets, one from the CFL, obviously. The rest from college football today is best bets. Actually, before we go CFL, Papa Dude, did you see anything in baseball that almost made you go that direction, or did you decide to kind of stick with college football because you love that football?
Well, I was looking for value, and the football game I picked, the value is about the same as the baseball, and I think the baseball is a little iffy. I like Tampa tonight. I really do against the Yankees. The pitching matchup favors the Rays. Huge game, big game. The Rays are 4.5 behind. They need to sweep them this weekend to have a chance to win the division. I don't know if they can do that, but Drew Rasmussen has been great in his last 5 starts. He's going for the Rays. Frankie Montaz is going for the Yankees. He's up and down. He did pitch well in his last outing. That's the only thing. Big game for the Yankees as well. I like the Rays in this game, but I just couldn't pull the trigger. The other interesting game, too, Cleveland and Minnesota, huge game tonight in that terrible Central Division of the American League. That's a tough one there, too, to pick. And I just couldn't decide who to go with. I think Cleveland's going to win it. But anyway, that's a couple of baseball games I looked at.
Yeah, Tampa Bay really needs that game. And the Yankees have been playing poorly now for over a month. I mean, they still have not really turned it around. So I like the Tampa side on that. Aaron, did you consider the Cardinals today, or did you just decide to pass on them for now?
I'm done with the Cardinals. I'm completely done with the Cardinals. I don't have a baseball team. If I did, it would be the Cardinals. And I would like to see them win. So I'm done betting them forever. Like, I will never bet them again on the show, in real life. It doesn't matter. I'm not betting the Cardinals. No.
Fast forward to Sunday. He'll be on the Cardinals. Don't worry. I was told not to bet tennis. The semifinals tonight for the U.S. Open are on. I would highly recommend watching the Tiafoe-Alcaraz match. I like Alcaraz. He's minus 200 or so it's not a great play for the show. I got a little bit in on him around minus 175. He's floated up a little bit today. He's come off a 5-setter, but looked phenomenal doing it. If nothing else, it should be really enjoyable tennis, which I realize no one else on the stream may think is a thing. But these two are a lot of fun to watch play. They both like to play from the baseline. Huge forehand from Alcaraz as well. It's a 19-year-old Spaniard. So awesome match there. Highly recommend that one. It's 7 o'clock on ESPN, I believe, which is why the game where multiple people are betting is pushed to ESPN2, but we'll get there in a second. Let's start with Del Mar here. Let's head over there. We got stakes for the 2-year-olds where I think we're all excited to see the return of a couple horses here, but specifically the horse on the rail, Kangaroo Court from the Tim Yak Teen Barn, who looked phenomenal. Winning a maiden special weight last time by 14 lengths. Aaron, this is one where it's a little tough to find a ton of value. 8-5 actually not bad on Kangaroo Court. Do you think we're going to get that at race time? And is he your top pick in the I'm Smoking from Del Mar?
I don't think we're going to get it at race time, and that's why he's not my pick for this show. I have a feeling he's going to get bet down very hard. Look, I can talk about it all you want, and it was very impressive. But we had a guy on the stream that was there live and in person when this horse broke the maiden, and that was Magic. So I'll kick it to you, Magic. You can gush over Kangaroo Court.
Thank you for remembering that. Yeah, I saw this live in person. Remember, this is the same day that he won that race. 2 races earlier, Hijazi debuted for Bob Baffert, the $3.5 million colt, and lost to Classical Cat. Classical Cat is an outside horse that Aaron used for the Futurity at Del Mar, a grade 1 race on Sunday. Sunday, Saturday, whatever day. I can't remember. Yep. Sunday, thank you. So the Labor Day thing still got me all thrown off. So he's, you've got that horse going there, but Kangaroo Court also on debut almost beat a horse named the Big Wham, who then won a Calbred Stakes and is now also in the grade 1 Futurity. They're taking a sensible route with him. They could be aggressive. If he was maybe in a different barn like Baffert or Sadler, he'd probably be in the Futurity. They nominated him off of his maiden loss to the Best Pal Stakes. They were going to go to a grade 2 open stakes company race for his as a maiden with this horse because they were that confident in him. He was faster than Classical Cat was that day at Del Mar. He got a buyer that is 10 points better than what Classical Cat got over that same course that day. This horse, like when he got done, John Lees and I looked at each other. We're like, he's never losing to the Big Wham again. We almost think like the Big Wham is in the Futurity because we want to bet Kangaroo Court. We'll go try the Futurity there. This horse looks phenomenal, guys.
Yeah, last time out, the Big Wham faced Straighten Up, the 6th horse in this race in the graduation, $126,000 stakes race. Ended up beating Straighten Up by a length, but Straighten Up gets a 70 buyer back for that effort. Kangaroo Court an 81 for his effort. So Kangaroo Court clearly took a monster step forward there second time out. Before we get into the best bets, I do want to, and I think we're all on Kangaroo Court. That's why I'm kind of cutting that horse racing short. Kevin O brings up a good point. He likes the under in Iowa State this weekend, 40.5. First off, any Iowa game lined over 10 is probably too high after that last showing that we saw. It may be raining. A big storyline of this weekend is going to be the weather. I think there are 2 NFL games that are not in domes that are not expecting rain on Sunday. Saturday, all over the country, it's going to be raining. Papa Dude, do you change your handicap in football based on rain? Or are you more worried about the wind factor?
Well, I don't worry about this game as far as the under goes. It doesn't matter what it is. I think you take the under in this one. However, we discussed this last night on our show. You can never underestimate Iowa, right, Aaron? You just can't. We've seen them do this before. Iowa State can't beat them. If they don't beat them this year, they're never. Do I change mine? No, I don't. Not at all. I mean, I might look at the under category. Maybe that was your question. I don't worry about the point spreads or anything like that because both teams got to play in the same thing. Now, the over under, yes, that would make a difference for sure.
Yeah, with me, it's the rain is one thing, but you can play in the rain. It's when the wind starts to really kick up. That's when it's like it forces passing, shorter passing. Obviously, kicking becomes more difficult. It creates sloppier games, which kind of tend toward the under. So it's something to look out for this weekend, as we are expecting quite a bit of rain. All right, Team Halterman, you guys are playing the same game. Who would like to go first here? Since you're going to be arguing the same points, I'm assuming. Which one of you would like to go first?
Let Papa Dude go first.
All right, Papa Dude on 2-0 run this weekend. Tell us a little more about UCF, baby.
I love this team. I do. They're one of my sneaky top 25 teams. I think they've got a chance to be the Cincinnati of this year. I don't know that they can go undefeated like Cincinnati did, but I think they're a top 10, have a chance to be a top 10 team at the end of the season. Schedule sets up for them. This is a big game. Here's the scary part. Louisville is going to play better tonight. They can't play worse. We're all down on them because they lost to Syracuse, and Syracuse might be a little better than we're giving them credit for. So anyway, that's the big worry I have. They have a good quarterback who played awful at Syracuse last week. He turned the ball over 3 times. I've seen him play. He's not bad. I don't think they're very well coached, and I think their coach is under a lot of pressure, and that affects the team. They know what's going on. They hear this stuff. So I think that affects the team a lot. There's a lot of things to like about Central Florida. This is a huge game for them. It's Friday night. They draw pretty well. It's a big deal in Orlando. Central Florida is a big deal there. Their new quarterback, transfer from Mississippi, was fantastic last week. They've also got transfer receivers from Alabama and Florida that played extremely well.
Taking all my thunder.
Okay, they're going to win the coaching thing. I will be surprised if they don't cover this tonight, but I've been surprised a lot. So I'm pretty confident on UCF -6.
I was surprised this game was at home when I saw it was -6.
Yes.
I thought you were going to have to lay the 6 to be on the road, which would mean I think that the line should be closer to, let's call it 11-ish, somewhere in that range. So I'd like the -6 tonight. Aaron, tell us why UCF is going to be unstoppable.
He just told you why. All these transfers, and they got a great coach. Listen, I'll go to Gus Malzahn, all right? I'm not like a huge Gus Malzahn guy, but I think this is the perfect job for him. I think in Auburn, he's kind of a weird dude, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know that like the mainstream media really needs to see a lot of his press conferences and his decisions. But you get him in a place like this, they're gonna be awesome, and especially on offense. This guy's a great offensive coach, no matter what you think of him, one way or the other. He's a great offensive coach. He's put up numbers no matter where he goes. We're talking about 33.5 points tonight. Syracuse put up 31 on Louisville last week. This is a much more talented offense than what Syracuse has. I can promise you that. Papa Dude talked about the transfers. They all looked really good that first week as well. Now, they played South Carolina State. I realize it's going to be tougher today. But when I looked at this, I like them to win this game. I like Papa Dude's bet, but I really like them going over this 33.5 points. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it easily tonight.
They also average 88 plays, offensive snaps right now, significantly higher than Syracuse. So you'd expect you're going to see more possessions this game than you did in that Louisville-Syracuse game as well, which should help tend toward that 33.5 number too. So UCF -6 and 33.5, two of our best bets. I'm going to stick in college football here. I'm going to go to the other game. I'm going to go with New Mexico. I'm going to play the team total first half under 6.5. And here's why. New Mexico's terrible. That's the main reason. They're not going to score a touchdown against Boise State in the first half. I would be scared of them getting 2 field goals, but that 6 in the hook to me is the big difference. This is just a setup where you have, there's 130 teams in college football. New Mexico's offense is ranked 127th in the nation. Boise's defense, 17th. This game is not going to be played fast. Boise plays at a slow pace. They don't turn the ball over. And that's how you get screwed on these unders in the first half with the underdog. If the only way that you're going to see New Mexico get these points is a fluke turnover, a punt return, something like that a big play that is how they do it, that's exactly what Boise prevents against. They don't give up big plays. They don't turn the football over. They run slow. So the lack of possessions is going to help playing the team total under here. This is going to be under 3.5, maybe under 2.5 by the end of the first quarter. So for me, getting this in pregame, I think is key because I don't think New Mexico is going to have that urgency in the first half either. The total for this game is only 44. So it's not like we're expecting a ton of points either. So I like the team total New Mexico under 6.5. Papa Dude, any thoughts on Boise State or New Mexico going into this year?
This year you're talking about?
Or this game, either one?
Oh, for this, I'm always scared when the point total's that low. I'll just say that because there's so much shit that can happen, freaky thing. So that's what would scare me. Now, New Mexico's awful. I totally agree with you. The thing that worries me just a tad, I don't think Boise State's very good either. So that would be the other thing that scares me. I think it's a pretty good bet, though. I mean, if you're going to go there, I think it's pretty good. I see your logic totally. I don't see how New Mexico's going to score much, but they could pick up a fumble, something like that. Yeah, I mean, and I think Boise's one of these teams we need to watch. They may be on a downward spiral. They should win this game. Easy. But we'll see. We'll learn a lot about them tonight, probably.
It'll be interesting. They're laying 17, Boise, as the 126th best offense in the country. Like I said, there's 130 offenses. So that's not a team I want to lay 17 with very often.
No, absolutely not. No.
Well, they did shut them out last year. Boise State shut them out, 37-0 win.
I think it's okay. I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I think the key is a lot of returning starters off this Boise State defense from last year. They did give up 34, but I think Oregon State is a very good team, and it was on the road. I don't really hold that against them. I think you might get that one, Somich.
I do too.
It's not one I looked at. I'm going to be honest. That's why I got my book out. I was like, I got to look at the stats of this thing. But I mean, New Mexico did put up 41 last week, but they played Maine. So, I mean, this is going to be different this week.
We'll find out about Oregon State this week, too. They got to go to Fresno State.
Huge game.
That'll be a big test for them.
Well, how about Oregon State? They have to go to they had to play Boise State, and then they have to play Fresno State, two of the teams that are known for knocking off the bigger schools.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm interested. That Fresno State game is going to be fun this week because I had Fresno as one of those sneaky teams this year. We'll see what they're able to do and if they're able to kind of be one of this non-Power 5 team that's able to really jump up and bite someone's foot off. Magic, before we get to your best bet, what episode of Frasier did you watch last night?
Dude, I actually haven't watched Frasier in a few months.
Oh, no.
I don't know. What? All right, talk about CFL.
The legend. I can't believe it.
Wait a second. Hold on. Back up. How are you going to sleep?
Currently, it's Boy Meets World.
Oh, I thought it was Iowa.
Oh, my
football.
God. That's even worse.
No, that's awful.
Go on.
Yeah.
All right. So you remember last week when I had the Montreal-Ottawa game, and I told you the whole story about how chaotic Montreal's bye week was. One of the things that happened is they traded their original starting quarterback to the BC Lions because the BC Lions had the best quarterback, the de facto MVP, broke something and he's out for the rest of the year. So this guy was literally like the best player in the CFL. He's gone. BC Lions are struggling trying to figure out how to replace him. They traded for Montreal's backup quarterback. Guy's supposed to be decent enough to kind of right the ship a little bit. He is not the starting quarterback. They're going with the guy who was the third string to start the season for the BC Lions, who the last time that he played threw 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Looked very bad. Meanwhile, Montreal, things kind of went a little crazy with Ottawa. Things are a lot calmer now following that game. They're still at home, which is a big key here. So I'm getting a home dog at +4.5. But one thing with the BC Lions is when their quarterback is out, suddenly people realize their defense isn't actually that good and their special teams is terrible. They rank last in the league in almost every special teams category. Montreal is near the top in every category. You remember with the CFL with some of these games, those special teams points, one at a time. That's how we cover 4.5 with Montreal tonight, boys.
We saw quite a few kick returns in your under games as well. So maybe we'll get a couple of those tonight for Montreal and keep it rolling here in the CFL. Are we going to watch this game at all? I think that's the key question. We've got the U.S. Open. We've got college football going on. Does CFL still get one of your screens, Aaron?
Is it on TV?
It's always on ESPN somewhere.
ESPN Plus, I believe. ESPN
might
3,
be on the Ocho. You might have to have the ESPN Plus subscription to see it.
If I can find it, I'll watch it. Yeah, I haven't.
If you have ESPN Plus, you can see it.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm watching it. I'll put it on. Well, let's see. We've got Louisville. I'll put it on like a computer or the iPad. One of the two. Yeah.
We'll have Delmar running too. That's the crazy part. Delmar doesn't finish up until all of this is going on. So you're gonna have to have 4 screens tonight. You've got to have both college football games going to the CFL. You got Delmar going. 5. Because you need that tennis match on as well. Make sure you're watching Alcatraz Tafoe tonight. It's gonna be a blast. All right, we're gonna sign off here for. I'm just getting head shakes, man. I'm just getting all these head shakes. We're gonna sign off here for dudes. But go ahead, Papa Dude.
I mean, you guys wanting to get off here quick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll make it quick. Are any of you British?
I think
I know where this is going.
I don't know if we're going to go on any further with this. But
okay, now I want to make this very, very clear. Okay,
I thought Magic was going to put an England jersey on.
I wanted to make this very, very clear. I'm sorry the Queen died. Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm not. I got nothing against the Queen.
We're not going to knock the Queen if that's what you're going to do.
No.
There's a buck
coming. Against the Queen.
Okay?
All right. I also want to make this a point because I think 50% of the world doesn't understand. The Queen has no power in England. Nothing. No power.
Definitely not now.
She's kind of like a queen bee. Okay, just a power over England. Now I understand why the British are upset about it. That's a big deal in England. I happen to don't know why, but it is a big deal in England. It is not a big deal here. Would you not agree? I mean, the woman didn't get killed in a car wreck.
Right.
Somebody didn't shoot her. She's 96 freaking years old. It's not a tragedy, is it?
I wouldn't say it's a wonderful thing either, though.
I didn't say that.
Gotta have a little empathy for our fellow world people.
Okay, I get that, but what does it matter? I just don't understand all of this crybaby. I get on Facebook. Here's 50 pictures of the Queen back when she was 25 years old, back when she was 40. Now, Lady Diana or whatever her name, Princess Diana, that was different.
Yeah. Well,
First of all, she was good looking.
I thanks, Papa Dude.
That wouldn't matter because she was hot. Damn it.
She was a big horse racing fan. It was fun to see her at Ascot each year. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. She also owned horses. It is a major historical event. That's a good point as well. And it is a moneymaker. I mean, I know a lot of people who go to Buckingham Palace when they're over in London and check everything out. So there is, but obviously that's not the Queen. That's more of the royal monarchy and everything else that people are wanting to go see. But I agree with you, Papa Dude. It's interesting when you see some of these events and you don't quite realize it's that massive of a thing. But in places it is massive, and it is, it's a bummer. Magic, what are your thoughts? Did you have the over/under on 95.5?
I was actually in England for her 80th when they had her 80th birthday celebration. So, yeah,
I will say several female people in horse racing were sad because she kind of blazed that path for people. So, in that regard, you totally understand it. Yeah.
What did she do?
What's that?
What did she do?
She kind of blazed a path for females in horse racing. I mean, she was a major advocate of horse racing, a lover of horse racing, a promoter of horse racing. She owned horses. Yep. She actually won a race at Royal Ascot. She actually came to Belmont and won a race on one of our big days over here. So she was a role model, I think, for females in racing for sure.
Well, on the biggest level, so against like the Godolphins, against the not so female friendly areas of the world, she was the prominent one, and they had to respect her because she was the damn queen of England.
Yeah, exactly. So I think for that regard, you definitely can understand it. Me myself is like, oh, Queen died. Damn, that's not.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, and then you just kind of move
a lot
on
of people who are much more interested in the day-to-day pop culture stuff than either of you guys as well, right? I mean, when was the last time you bought a tabloid magazine, Papa Dude?
Bought a what?
Exactly.
That was perfect.
No, what? I didn't get it.
A tabloid magazine.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's I think there's a certain.
I haven't bought a magazine at all in a long time. Why do you even need them anymore?
There you go, Papa Dude. Watch The Crown.
At least the early season, they actually did cover that quite a bit. He's right.
I'm sorry she died. Really?
Yeah,
I am. I really am. And I don't ever remember having a king in England. Now we do.
Oh yeah, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Charles is now the king, right? Am I wrong? Yeah.
Michael, that's not nice. Too soon.
All right. We're gonna jump off here.
Great idea.
Let's go over the best bets for the day. Magic taking Montreal +4.5. Aaron going with the UFC team total over 33.5 points. Papa Dude taking UFC -6. I'm gonna go with New Mexico first half team total under 6.5. 4-3 on the week, up $55, up 2,205 for the year. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Excited tomorrow to have college football back, a massive slate there. So we'll probably give out some leans, not just the best bets that we like as well. And we'll be back on Sunday as well. You can check us out either day at noon Eastern. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. We will see you guys tomorrow.